Assalamu alaikum. I'm Abir Azam from Fourth Prof Morning, and today I'll be discussing liver cirrhosis and major complications associated with it. Let us start with hepatic failure. Hepatic failure is when your liver gets damaged and is no longer able to function properly. It could be acute or chronic depending upon the cause. There are various diseases and conditions, certain medications as well, like acetaminophen, that can result in liver failure. Stages of hepatic failure. The first stage is characterized by inflammation. The part of the liver gets inflamed and ultimately it results in the formation of a scar tissue of fibrosis. The scar tissue, it starts replacing the healthy tissue in the liver, a condition known as cirrhosis, that ultimately it results in liver cancer or end-stage liver disease. Liver cirrhosis is when the healthy tissue of the liver it is being replaced by the scar tissue. The major symptoms include fatigue, weakness, loss of appetite, itching, yellowing of the skin, jaundice due to accumulation of bilirubin in the blood, easy bruising from decreased production of blood clotting factors by the diseased liver. Complications include portal hypertension, that is the pressure buildup in the hepatic portal vein that carries blood from the GI to the liver. Swelling in the legs and abdomen due to fluid accumulation, commonly known as ascites. Splenomegaly or enlargement of a spleen, GI bleeding or esophageal varices because of the increased pressure, the veins in the esophagus it becomes enlarged and it results in GI bleeding. Bacterial peritonitis, patients with abdominal fluid accumulation, they are more susceptible to bacterial infections or bacterial peritonitis, specifically the infection peritoneum. Hepatic encephalopathy because the liver is not functioning properly, so it is unable to remove the excess toxins from a bloodstream. So the toxins build up or level rises up in our blood and ultimately it reaches to the site of the brain and it causes hepatic encephalopathy. Bone disease and increased risk of liver cancer. Causes are chronic alcohol abuse as certain viruses like hepatitis B, C, and D virus, fat accumulation or non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Liver disease also caused by own body immune system, autoimmune hepatitis, destruction of the bile ducts of primary biliary cirrhosis. Case study: VG is a 42-year-old woman with a 15-year history of alcohol abuse, cirrhosis, ascites, and esophageal varices who was admitted to the hospital 5 days ago with an upper GI bleed after a weekend drinking binge. She was supported initially with IV fluids, packed RBCs, and fresh frozen plasma. Endoscopic examination showed bleeding esophageal varices which were handed. VG's hospital course is now complicated primary bacterial peritonitis causing a paralytic ileus. On physical examination, VG is cachectic, means she is losing fat and muscle mass with a large protuberant abdomen and ascites. Bowel sounds are absent. She is alert, oriented, without evidence of encephalopathy. VG has a central venous cathedral. The plan is to begin parenteral nutrition because she has no eating in 3 days and is not expected to eat for several more days when her peritoneal resolves. VG a candidate for a spatial amino acid product specifically designed for use in hepatic failure. Subject age is 42 years old woman, gender female, history 15 years, history of alcohol abuse, cirrhosis, ascites, and esophageal varices, characterization cirrhosis, ascites, and esophageal varices, duration of admission is 5 days. Object: there is no evidence of hepatic encephalopathy. Endoscopic examination showed bleeding esophageal varices. She got bacterial peritonitis within 5 days of being hospitalized. Assessment: the lady is showing symptoms of portal hypertension, that is the major complication of liver cirrhosis, and that is why she has got esophageal varices and ascites. Our plan, we know that the people with liver cirrhosis, they have decreased levels of aromatic amino acids in their bloodstream. So our goal or our plan is to give the parenteral amino acids, branch amino acids like valine, leucine, isoleucine, that are essential amino acids, and they are very effective or for the treatment of liver cirrhosis. Another supplementation we have is of Celebum marianum, that is high in flavonoid compound, and it is usually indicated in patients with liver cirrhosis. Thank you.